everyone. Welcome to our very first beauty exchange. I'm Janine, head of product education and strategy, but of course you can call me JJ. We are so excited, first of all, again, our very first beauty exchange. We're really excited to make this a monthly moment, right? Where we all come together as a community to really share, to engage, of course, get all of your questions answered. I see everyone joining. Hi, Alicia, Wendy. Hi, Linda. It is so nice to see everybody. I'm so excited about this moment. Beauty exchange. So it's meant to be interactive. So just keep in mind that this is your time. We've already said that we will always provide a topic so that you can go ahead and come prepared with your questions. And today's topic is skin in transition. So I'm really here to try and answer as many questions as I can, really focused on skincare, body care. We have 30 minutes. So again, I'm going to try and answer as many as I can. So go ahead and start dropping some of your questions in the chat. And while I wait for those to come in, I just want to talk for a moment about seasonal transitions. So seasonal transitions in terms of skin with your face, your body, it's one of the biggest factors, right, with skin confusion. How do I know what to do? When do I do it, right? You know, it's like, what is the formula? Do I have to wait for the weather? And what happens if you live somewhere where you don't have all four seasons, right? The most important thing is that your skin, it still shifts, right? It evolves, whether that is climate, stress, travel, hormones, every single thing plays a role. So again, today, whether you have questions for yourself or maybe you have questions for your customers to transition a routine, maybe there's something even happening right now that needs addressing. So that's what we're going to do to talk about it. So let's see. Okay, I'm looking at the chat here. All right. Okay, so Michelle, I'm going to start with your question. Michelle says, I love using a body oil. Me too, especially during the winter months. Do I have to follow with a lotion? As I admit, I'm lazy and tend to only apply one or the other. Michelle, thank you for your honesty. Love that. You know, I'm always honest too. The reality is that you do not have to follow with a body lotion. I would say if your skin is really dry, and mine is right now, everything is like super parched and crispy. So right now when I'm in the shower, I'm using all of the things hydration, I'm using my body oil, and then I'm locking in all of that moisture as soon as I get out with a body lotion. But Michelle, if your skin feels great, then do not feel like you have to follow with the body lotion. I hope that answers your question. Okay. Yes, Linda, winter has been brutal on a lot of our skins. Okay. Ooh, Deborah. I love this question. And Deborah, I'm going to save this for next week. So Deborah is saying, hi, Deborah, how does collagen help our skin if the molecules are too big to get into the skin barrier? Deborah, you are so smart. And that is one of the topics of next week's masterclass. We're going to be talking all about collagen in the body. And the reality is that there are other ingredients that do absorb. I'll kind of give you a little sneak peek, but you're right that collagen cannot actually be absorbed to grow new collagen. So I hope that helps. Definitely tune in next week. Okay. All righty. Christine, I don't know if this is on time. Yes, this is. So can I explain the difference between the Anew Vitamin C Serum and the Beyond Glow Serum that has vitamin C? Yes. I think sometimes we think there's going to be major differences between products. And the reality is that sometimes we're just giving you options. So we'll start with the Anew Vitamin C Serum. It's really great. It has a really nice percentage of vitamin C in it. It is a little bit of a richer formula. And some people, love it. And then others feel like it's a little bit too tacky on their skin. So when we were working with the Beyond Glow, collection, we're always looking at formulations and what we can do to improve upon the formulations. And so with Beyond Glow, number one, it is a much lighter serum. You will probably notice that. It does not mean that lighter does not mean it's not as good as Anew. Anew is such an amazing seller. We really wanted to leave that formula and to keep that pure. So then over here with Beyond Glow, we added vitamin C. But in addition to vitamin C, Christine, that also has ferulic acid. And I'm really excited about that ingredient because vitamin C is being absorbed, it's going in, it's kind of going around your cells to kind of protect them. And then the ferulic acid is kind of staying on the top layer of your skin. And it's kind of banishing any of those environmental factors, pollution from really entering. So I hope that helps. All right, let's take a look. Okay, Donna, what is the best product for aging crepey skin on legs and arms? Well, Donna, you and I are in the same boat. By the way, that's another thing we're going to talk about in the master class next week. Collagen. Collagen, absolutely. Any kind of a collagen product is going to be really great. Of course, we want that hydration. I would say that if you're not already exfoliating, definitely add that into your full body routine. We also have a brand new Skin So Soft collagen, Firm Up with Collagen Peptides collection. It has a shower gel, it has a bath and body oil, it has a body lotion, and that definitely will help kind of that immediate. But I will say that with crepey skin, I mean, it's just a part of the aging and the body process. I don't know, Donna, if you've recently lost weight. I know that sometimes that can kind of accentuate that. But the reality is really consistency. So definitely look at some of our collagen products. Another product, Donna, that I think would really help, and you might love this one. Have you ever tried the Platinum Sculpting Body Serum? It's kind of the big, purple bottle that has really amazing ingredients in it. And that one is really specifically designed for crepey skin as well. So I hope that helps. Okay, let's see. Okay. Gail. Hi, Gail. So with the body lotion for the shower, in the shower, how do I dry off? Gail, can you give me a little bit more detail on what you mean by that? A body lotion for the shower, in the shower. Are you talking about the Pure Nature, the in-shower body lotion? If you are, you can still towel off. So basically, so I'll use that just in case that's the example. I love that Pure Nature, by the way, in-shower body lotion because I'll, cleanse my body, do everything I need to do, whether exfoliation, maybe 2-3 times a week. And then what I actually do is I'll turn off the water and then I'll apply the in-shower lotion. It's very, very light, as you'll notice. Just let it sit for, maybe a moment. You don't have to wait a long time. And then when you get out of the shower, I'm just patting, right? I'm not by the way, I'm not doing harsh rubbing anyway with my towel. I'm just kind of making sure that I'm patting off. And then, of course, there are other body lotions. If you feel like you need a little bit more moisture, you can always follow with that as well. Okay, let's see what other questions. Okay. Susan, I see your question about 3% hyaluronic acid. I will take that feedback to our partners. Yes, they are always looking at new innovations and new formulations with the product. So we'll definitely take that feedback back. Okay. Okay, Rosemary, it's not really a question, but I still want to address this. Because Rosemary, this is something that my mom actually struggles with all the time. I feel like we're on repeat talking about this. So Rosemary is saying that when she applies foundation after serums and Anew creams, basically what I think you're saying is that you apply all of your skincare and then you go in with your foundation and it starts to peel, like pill, P-I-L-L, like pill, not peel, but come off of your skin. You can kind of see little pieces. So that tells me a couple of things. Number one, you could be using, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, you could be using too much skincare. And what I mean by that is, let's just say that you're using 4 different serums. And if you're not giving it the dry down time in between each one, and again, we don't always have time to do that, then what happens is if you are immediately going in and definitely leaving no dry down time before you apply your foundation, sometimes it can have a little bit of a lifting. I will tell you, it's one of those things that you have to experiment. I can't tell you, use this serum, use this cream, and then use this foundation, because everyone's skin is different. My best advice, though, is to go a little bit lighter. You're still using your skincare. And if you can, after you finish your skincare, and of course, we're always finishing with our SPF, after that, give it a few moments before you go in and apply the foundation. So we can always come revisit that one for sure. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Teresa, and sorry, I just wanted to take a moment just to fully read your question. So Teresa is basically saying that she utilized the new collagen peel-off mask. And after using it, it seems like you did have some type of a reaction. The good news, Teresa, is that you immediately went to your dermatologist or your doctor, your healthcare provider, who is giving you something on the medical grade to really help to address that. And the reason I wanted to kind of pull this question out is because the minute it flips over into medical territory, I'm not legally allowed to help you to answer. I'm always going to, make sure that you go to your doctor, your dermatologist, your healthcare provider. It seems like you have done that. I hope that hydrocortisone is definitely helping. For me personally, this is not based on the company. For me personally, there have been moments when I have had a reaction and this doesn't mean it's, necessarily Avon, but I've had a reaction by using a product. Maybe I used 2 actives that really didn't go well together. And I most certainly have had to go and to utilize a hydrocortisone. But again, that is very, very rare. Okay. And these questions are rolling, so I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up. Okay. For a customer, hi, Pat. For a customer, what is the best eye cream for puffy eyes? Oh my goodness. Well, I would tell you, I would do 2 things, Pat, for the customer. Now, if they're just one, if they're like, give me one product and that's it, I'm going to reach for a new Hydrofusion, the depuffing serum. That depuffing serum, even though it is very lightweight, hyaluronic acid is that main ingredient. So what's going to happen is it also has caffeine and raspberry extract. That caffeine is going to go in, it's going to constrict those vessels. The vessels are what need to be constricted for that puffiness. So it will help with that, but then it will also help with the hydration. So that one is a really amazing product, kind of a sleeper product that I feel like we don't talk about a lot anymore. Okay. Linda. Hi, Linda. I hope you're doing well. I believe you said that at some point a new vitamin C brightening serum doesn't play well with some other products. Is that accurate? And if so, what other products should I not layer with it? So Linda, that's a really great question. And it's funny, I was just kind of touching upon that when I was talking about using, for me and personally, in the past, I may have used, I have definitely used too many actives at one time, and then my skin gets really, really angry, and then I got to pull all the way back, right? I always, by the way, if that does happen, I reach for Centella. Our Beyond Glow Centella collection is absolutely amazing. So what I would say, Linda, to keep it really general, is try not to mix actives with actives. When I say active, think of things like acids. So vitamin C and alpha hydroxy acid. So if you were to apply, let's say that, Linda, I'm just going to make this up. Let's say that in the morning you had cleansed your face and you went in for one of the clinical extra strength peel pads, the the peel pads, which I love those, by the way, but they have a very high concentration of alpha hydroxy acids. And then you immediately go in and you follow with a vitamin C product, you could feel a little bit of irritation, right? Because what's happening is that alpha hydroxy acid, it is getting in there and it is getting to work. And have any of you ever had that kind of like little breezy feeling where you're like, oh, that was a little, something? That means it's doing its job. But we don't want to always follow with another active just because we don't want to have a little bit of that added irritation. You could have a little bit of flush, a little bit of redness. Again, everyone reacts differently. So for me, I just always make sure that I kind of spread out my actives. Another really important one, I'll just give another example with products, is if you have those peel pads, the alpha hydroxy acid, the clinical extra strength ones, never ever mix that with the retinol. So you want to make sure that retinol is another one. Just avoid mixing that with other active ingredients, so your acids, and you will always be safe. Okay. Let's keep on going. I hope these questions are happening. Yes. Manitoba winters are harsh. Yes. Hi, Tracy. What should I be using on my body, face, and hands? I love this. Very, very drying on the skin. So if you have really, really dry skin, what I would say is we have a lot of products that you can actually pick from. So if I'm thinking about just straight hydration, I will say that Belief has a lot of great hydrating products that aren't so heavy, in terms of their formulation. They have, Tracy, a beautiful moisturizing balm toner. It actually has a milk-like consistency to it. That is going to give you a little bit of that added hydration. It feels nice. It smells nice. You could always follow with the moisturizing balm. They also have, for face, they also have one for eye, which is a really fantastic product. I would say another really hydrating product, I always reach for the snail mucin, the serum cream at night. If you, Tracy, are looking for something that is more or budget friendly, you could even do something like the Solutions, the Natura serum. That is a really lovely product. By the way, the products I'm giving you are a little bit lighter in texture. If you want something that is definitely, a little bit more substantial, you can look at any of our Ultimate products, the Platinum products, their night creams, their day creams. They definitely have a little bit more of a richer consistency. For the body, we have a lot of different options. First of all, Skin So Soft Original. Like our original platform that Avon was really kind of made the map for, right? They have every single format that you could want for your body. They have shower gel, oil spray, gelled oil, shower gels. I'm sure that I'm missing one of those. Something that is a little bit newer that I'm actually really, really loving are our new Skin So Soft Plus lines. So Hydroplenish would be a really great recommendation. The Hydroplenish specifically because you're not only getting that moisture, but you're also getting the added hydration with hyaluronic acid. So again, you've got that active in that body care, which is really great. So that will give you added hydration. And under the Hydroplenish line, there's a shower gel, a body scrub. Oh, I love that body scrub. I just used that body scrub today. They also have a really nice bath and body oil and, of course, a lotion. So lots of different options, Tracy. So I hope that helps. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, good. I'm glad, Christine, that definitely did help. Thank you. It's all of my Avon skincare that I'm using. Okay. Oh, Valerie. Hi. I hope you are doing well. So Valerie has a really great question. Oh, this is such a popular one. I feel like this might be one of the top. What is the best face moisturizer that would make age spots disappear for a 73-year-old? Well, first of all, you look fantastic, I know, for your age. And it's truly not about age. I mean, I think I started having age spots and dark spots when I was in my, late 30s, early 40s. I definitely have those now. So if I was looking for a moisturizer, let me keep that pure because there's a lot of things I would recommend for dark spots, but you specifically asked for a moisturizer. I would reach for the Beyond Glow Niacinamide, the all-in-one cream. That is 10% niacinamide in it. And niacinamide is a magical ingredient that does a lot of different things. But in this particular formulation, its main goal is to help with, discoloration, dark spots. So that's for the moisturizer. I would, because I do have to give one more recommendation. I don't know if you've checked out a new vitamin C, the targeted dark circle, or not dark circle, but the targeted treatment, this targeted dark spot treatment. Try and say that 3 times fast. But that's another really great one if you want something that's really targeted. So I hope that helps. Okay. Rosemarie, I now see the problem. Oh my goodness. I'm sure you guys have seen this in the chat. Rosemarie, I'm going to call you out because we are all family here. Sometimes I mix, we're going way back when she was talking about the little bit of pilling, like she would apply the skincare and then the foundation. And she's like, I don't understand. It's pilling a little bit. Because sometimes you mix the cream and foundation together. I mean, listen, there are some products that sure you could do that, but definitely they're not really meant to mix together immediately. So apply your skincare first, give it a moment, and then come back with your foundation. That is amazing. Okay. Yes, you got lots of advice there, though. I love applying primers. That's great. Okay, Christine, what is the best way to apply the Anew eye patches? Oh, these are so good. I had those on earlier today as well. I'm just starting to get hang of them, and I feel like they slide down my face a little lower than where I originally apply them. So a couple of things, Christine. First of all, with those, I wish I had them handy. But with the actual eye patches, you can apply them with the thin, so you know how it looks like, kind of does this really thin, then it goes into like a larger area. They're actually interchangeable. So if you feel like the majority of your need for the dryness or, the brightening that you need is right here, start to apply in the very corner, the smallest, and then let the biggest piece be here. On the other side, sometimes I actually have most of my crepiness right here, and the little part, it's not quite enough. So I actually will flip it and put the largest part here, and then the smallest part actually will go right up beside my eye. Now, to answer your question about slipping, I would ask, number one, are you applying any skincare before you apply the patches? That could be something. I've done that, and listen, it is natural, that they will have a little bit of a slip. And then sometimes it just could be your skin. I will say just kind of push up a little bit. I don't know, do I need to give you permission to go and take maybe a 5 or 10 minute little break to relax, lay down? Very rarely, most of us do not have that opportunity. But yeah, I hope that helps. If you're applying skincare, just apply those first. And then again, if they are slipping, I mean, that's just kind of sometimes part of it. Okay. Claudine, regarding the collagen peel, it says to use a quarter size, but I could not peel it off. It was too thin of a layer. Absolutely. Is it okay to use a lot more? Yes, it absolutely is. So for the collagen peel in particular, you may have heard us talk about that. In terms of the application, if you apply a really thin layer, first of all, you may not actually get the pill on it. The peel, it may actually pill, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh. peel and pill. Hopefully you know what I mean. So sometimes that can happen, and it almost feels like you've got to roll it off. So if that's the case, definitely go with a nice healthy layer. I always say don't be stingy with that product. Apply a really nice healthy layer. And then in terms of how long to let it sit, it really depends. Today I applied it all over. I even went down my neck. And I was working and I looked up and I could see it was starting to float in the wind. And I was like, all right, now it's time, to kind of do the pill. Okay, let's see. Okay. Excuse me. I have to get my glasses. Melissa, did I say that correctly? Melissa? Beautiful name, by the way. Congratulations, first of all, on losing weight. But obviously with losing weight, sometimes definitely it takes a moment for our skin to catch up, right? So sometimes things, kind of start to droop a little bit. And you specifically are asking about your neck. So what I would recommend let me think about it for a second. What would I recommend for your neck? First of all, the obvious one is Beyond Glow. They have a 10% neck firming cream. So that's dedicated just for your neck area. So if you're not already using that product, definitely check that out. In addition to that, I would say that you're really going to benefit from quite a bit of hydration. And also look for your products that have some collagen in it. There are a new clinical collagen, the ampules, our platinum line, which is really dedicated to, kind of tightening, firming, lifting. They have a beautiful age delay serum that I use every single day. It is beautiful. So that is one that you could definitely layer and probably would be totally fine. And of course, they also have with platinum, there is an overnight sculpting sleep mask. And I would tell you that definitely apply that at night. But if you're home or you're just, out and about and you don't really need, to have your neck completely dry, I actually would use that during the day as well. So definitely, the most important thing is that you put something on the neck area because it really is that hydration. And then internally, what's happening is that as you lost that weight, some of that collagen and elastin, it's misplaced right now. And it's like, I don't know, where do I go? So definitely give your skin a chance to catch up as well. So I hope that helps. Okay. Okay, glad that helped. Maria, hi Maria. What would you recommend for redness on the face? Okay, so I don't know, Maria, if you have sensitive skin or not, or if it's just something that is just a natural flush, if it's something that is caused by some products. But what I would recommend without knowing a lot of information is I would definitely reach for our Beyond Glow Centella products. There is a toner, a serum, a moisturizer, so that's really great. Physiogel is another brand that's online that you can go and check out those products. And then I will tell you that sometimes people that have sensitive skin or have redness, they're like, oh, I'm so scared of, of SPF because they think that that's going to make something worse. But here's a little factoid for you that all of our Solaire products and our Beyond Glow Sun products, they are all tested and suitable for sensitive skin. So that is also something, make sure that you are using that SPF every single day. Now, of course, if you do have sensitive skin, make sure it's something that you're actually doing a little bit of patch testing. And of course, if you need to talk with your dermatologist, your doctor, your healthcare provider, please do that. Okay, I know we're right at the 30-minute mark, but are you okay if we go just like 5 minutes more? Because I just want to talk to you a little bit more. Is everybody cool with that if we go a little bit more? Okay, let's go up and look at, okay, perfect. We'll go 5 more minutes. All right, let's take a look at some of other questions. I want to give a little more time because the questions are flying so quickly. Okay, Gail, this is an easy one. Can collagen the peel-off mask be used every single day? Yes, you absolutely can if you want. Personally, I only use it when I feel like I need it. So I probably only use it, 2, 3 times a week, but that's also because I'm using a lot of other stuff. Um, all right. Hi Ruth, it's nice to see you. So Ruth is asking, what do I recommend for uneven skin tone on your face? Okay, great question. So you have a lot of options, Ruth. I definitely would say that there's two ingredients you want to reach for. Number one, you want to reach for vitamin C products. So whether that is the Anew vitamin C, whether that's the Beyond Glow vitamin C, definitely try those products. Something that is gentle that you could try to use every single day are the Anew vitamin C, the exfoliating peel pads. I know that the word exfoliating makes it sound like it might be something strong, but it's actually not. It's actually formed with vitamin C and pineapple enzymes. And so they're actually really gentle, and they actually have sensitive skin claims. And then, of course, Beyond Glow niacinamide, anything under that niacinamide, whether you're looking at that 10% in panthenol serum, that all-in-one cream, I mentioned that for someone earlier. There's also even a 10% eye cream. So that 10% is really important because that's a really nice percentage of niacinamide. Of course, if you're looking at something that is a little bit more budget friendly, you also can look at something that is under the Solutions brand. We do have a banishing serum. So lots of good options all around. Okay, looking at my questions. Farnisha, hi, nice to see you. What is a great product for hyperpigmentation? And the reason I'm picking this one up is because I would immediately, with hyperpigmentation, that's dark spots, discoloring, evening skin tone, I would reach for all of those same products. One other one that I absolutely love, and I use this every single day, is the Beyond Glow Snail Mucin Serum. It just gives this gorgeous glow, but it also retexturizes. It helps to even skin tone. So it does a lot of great things. Tracy, I see your comment about Belief is not available in Canada. You're absolutely correct. We do have, when I was talking about Belief for hydration, we have so many other products with hydration that are available. So we definitely have our snail mucin, Beyond Glow products. We have a lot of, Anew products, with hydration. So definitely check those out. And by the way, if you ever have a question about the products and you're like, well, I just really don't know what we have, don't forget that on both of the sites, avon.com and avon.ca, we do have a filtering tool. So you can go in and you can kind of filter and it will provide those results. Okay, I hope that helps. Deb is asking about the different toners that we have. So we actually don't have many toners, Deb. We have two that I'm thinking of, and I'm doing this off the top of my head. I guess I should have looked at the site. So we have the Centella toner that's really great. By the way, you don't have to have redness or sensitive skin to use that. I use that. I love that product. It just feels so amazing. We also have the Belief moisturizing, balm toner. And then honestly, I actually use the Beyond Glow Snail Mucin Serum. I use that as like my toner slash essence. So that's, again, just really depends on what your skin tolerates. All right, let me go back down. Okay. Claudine has a great question. How do you use the vitamin C peel pads? Even do you use toner before and after? So Claudine, it's up to you if you use toner with with the vitamin C peel pads because it is leaving a really nice kind of like those ingredients on your skin. If you were going to use a toner, I definitively would cleanse my skin. I would use the vitamin C peel pads, and then I would follow with the toner. See, because here's the thing. If you cleanse your face and then use the toner, all you're doing is removing the toner when you go in with your vitamin C peel pads. Okay. All righty. I think we are almost at time. I'm seeing so many questions. By the way, I know that on our North America Facebook page, I'm pretty sure that there was a post, about today's class. If you have more questions, go over to that post, drop some of your questions there. If you're for some reason watching this on YouTube, drop some of those questions in the chat, and I would say over the next week, I will monitor that and I'll come in and give I'll answer as many questions as I can. So tell me before I close out today, what did you all think? Do you love this? I know today we just started with just me, but again, with Beauty Exchange, the goal is to bring on special guests, people from different areas, of the business. And again, we will have different topics. So for instance, next month when we do our beauty exchange, I'm not going to tell you what we're talking about, but it's not always going to be skincare. Okay. I know that that is probably one of the biggest, questions, skincare, body care that we really get. But again, I hope you all love this format. We're really here to connect with you, to really just, I feel like it's kind of getting right into the vein, right? Because I know that there are always so many questions that everyone has. By the way, while you're out there, don't forget, while you're looking for all of these amazing products that we discussed today, we have some incredible offers. Make sure you check out the site. Social also promotes those as well. And we cannot wait to see you next week. Next week, again, is a masterclass all about collagen. So Deborah, you definitely got to come back because you just really hit it out of the park with a perfect question that we're going to be discussing in the masterclass. I hope you all have a wonderful day and we will see you very soon. Bye, everyone.